Hello everyone and welcome back to Christine's Phonics. Thank you so much for being here and say hello to Audrey as well. Well, thank you very much everybody, to all of you who subscribed on our channel. I really appreciate that. Now in today's episode, what we're going to talk about the objectives of phonics, the common misconception about the program, and also what are pure sounds. Okay? Now there are two objectives of phonics, which are the blending and the decoding. Now, before I begin and explain those two, I just want to say this. Why is it so important to have an objectives? Now, it's very important to know as a teacher and even as a parent, why do we have an expectation at the end of a program? The very main reason, because if you don't know the objective of each level, you're gonna get lost, all right? Now, and also if you don't know what is this program all about and why are we thriving so hard to really introduce this concept to your students, you're going to get lost and they're also going to get lost. All right? Now you can also explain to the children that you're going to learn about phonics program, and phonics is not just about reading and writing, it's also about learning their sound and also building vocabulary. Okay, now the first objective of phonics is what we call blending. All right, now blending is the ability to combine sound together. For instance, in this word, all right, now if you notice, this is not such a common word that you introduce to young ones. Now the very main reason I don't use the word cat, dog, sit, because those things, or pig, those words, children see them all the time wherever they go, whether it's flashcard or a storybook. Now, tendencies are they're going to sight read or guess the word by the look of it, okay? So try to make it sure that when you're doing the blending exercise, you're actually utilizing their skills. Now, oh, sorry, Archie, okay? Just making this really cute noise. All right, now this word, if you look at the first letter makes it sound D. Second is E. You combine it together, D, E, D, and the last one, P. D, P, dip. All right, that's it. And then if you want to challenge your students, you can ask them, children, or your kids, or your daughter, or your son, it's like, hey, can you make the word dip in a sentence? And if they can't, it's okay as well. You can actually guide them by giving them an example of a sentence. For instance, oh, I am going to dip my cookie in the milk. That's it. With the example that you're showing to them, they're also going to mimic you and try to recreate the sentence or create their own sentences. That's it. Now, the second objective is what we called decoding or segmenting. Now, decoding is simply the ability to break down each sound. Also, it's so important, do not do decoding if the child cannot actually recall all the sounds. Now, visual recognition is different, okay? Now, visual recognition is like this. If they look at the letter, they'll say it's a sound P, all right? Now, visual recollection or the sound recollection is like this. Children, how do you write the sound P? And if they can actually independently write the letter P on a piece of paper or whiteboard, then they are ready to do simple decoding or segmenting exercise. I hope that is clear. All right? Because if they cannot remember how to write the sound, and if they can only recognize it or recognize them, it's going to be counterproductive. And they're just gonna get confused and it's going to be a little overwhelming for them. Okay? All right, now back to decoding. Now, if I say spell the word, if I say spell the word or decode the word map, okay, then the kids have to reiterate the word. Now, children say map, they will say map. All right, let's listen to the word itself, map. The first sound in the word map is again, map, map. That's it. And how many sounds are there in the word map? 1, 2, 3. Map. And now you can reinforce it by asking them, writing the individual sound that they break down from the decoding exercise. And that's the technique. That's it. Sorry, Audrey, do you want to go, darling? I'm just going to put it down. Now, the second one that I want to emphasize, what are pure sounds? Now, this is a very common thing. Now, a lot of teachers out there, or even parents that I've encountered in schools that I've worked before, now, they always say the sound for every consonant with a schwa. In phonics terminology, schwa is the sound at the very end of a consonant. For example, the letter N, the letter P, the letter L, the letter R, the letter S. All right? This is an example. Not just parents, not just new educators out there, but also some, even teachers who have been in the industry for a while, they still do the same mistake. They will say na, ma, la, ra, sa, ta. Now, I am not saying this just because I want to portray myself as I know everything about phonics, but because it's merely wrong. That is the wrong production of sounds. We don't say that kind of enunciation of the sound because they're wrong, and it's going to affect their blending exercise. For instance, in the word sit, all right? If you're going to teach the kid how to read the word sit, if you're introducing the sound as sa or t as ta, they will say sa-ita. Do we say sa-ita? No, we don't. We say sit. But if you use and introduce the pure sound, they are going to say it, sit. Another example, if you say ra instead of saying if you say da instead of saying t, all right, they will say, for example, the word red. They're gonna say ra-e-da, red. Is that correct? That's not correct. Sometimes they're gonna say ra-e-da, 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 red. That's just counterproductive for you as an educator and also not beneficial for them. All right? So always remember, please avoid the schwa sound at the end of every consonant that I've just explained a while ago. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I think that's a wrap for today. And I know I made a promise that we're going to talk about the common misconception about phonics, but unfortunately, we ran out of time. I promise I am going to talk about that tomorrow. Again, just a quick recap. The two objectives of phonics are the blending, which is the ability to combine sounds together to be able to read a word. Segmenting or decoding, the ability to break down each sound to be able to spell the words. Again, remember to reinforce your hands. The hands gesture would really help them to kind of like see visually how many sounds are there before they can actually write it on the paper. And lastly, pure sounds, avoid the schwa or the a sound of every consonant, the ones that I've just introduced or showed you a while ago. They are very important element, very, very important to put that on our minds, so that we can actually make our phonics productive and also very effective. And don't forget to put your thumbs up over there if you find this video informative and also useful to your classes and to your kids. Obviously, we're gonna go, there's a lot about decoding into different levels, which we're gonna show you guys very soon. So again, thank you so much, and I think that will be all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe and put your thumbs up over there. Bye.